All right, here we go again. Problem basics. So, once again, I am no attorney by legally standards and stuff. I cannot give a legal advice as in court, but I can give personal advice and some personal experience. Um, the title say huff puff and chest dumping. Think of street fights or idiots talk about killing you or breaking your house and stuff. There's only two type of people in the world: those who do, and those who don't. Those who don't usually have to get motivated enough or to get peer pressure into doing it. Those who do it usually have some sort of fallback system. It's like the first one where they have friends or people or connection and stuff to do it. End of the day, if someone's going to do something, they would do it, which is the topic of the video in terms of legal wise. Term legal wise, basically, there are people who bark more than they have bite. And there are very few who actually bite harder than they bark. Very few. Usually in these cases, depending on what side you're doing, as the plaintiff or defendant, or as an attorney and stuff, know your defendant, know your plaintiff if you're an attorney, or if you are, know thyself and know thy enemy. It's the same thing both ways. Legally, right? Like in my situation, people try to brainwash me, powder me, bullcrap me, and all that stuff. But whatever. Um, I know myself too well to begin with. Basically, and this first gate going to the court, you should prep yourself a few questions and stuff like that. Prep yourself a few responses. Know the statute. Know what kind of court or what judicial system you're going into, or what they could approve for the judicial system. There are people who will use illegal tactics on you to not go to court and say this is out of the judicial system. If that's the case, then the judicial system will decide that, not them. Or your paperwork are missing. That's a dead obvious sign right there. In order for your paperwork to go missing, somewhere in between the line where you deliver your paperwork to go missing means someone that's not you has changed your paperwork out and stuff like that. Then there's the legal tactic, but it's bullcrap tactics, run off the mouth stuff. There's the people who says there's no merit to the case would be dropped or the case would be dismissed. If that is the case, they will not say that is the case is dismissed or the case have no merit. They will prove it and apply for a motion to disapprove it. Like there was a time between the FBI and the Department of Justice where both of the people were investigating each other and they kept missing paperwork, blah blah blah. This is the same situation I'm in, where my paperwork going missing or they try to postpone me to state of Alaska, middle finger, or anywhere else I've been to, middle finger. Um, right now in this scenario, basically the tactic is to find out something they can use as a form of blackmailing against me or something that can action that is illegal and use it against me, which is entrapment, which is illegal, or something to use in a case of court that would turn the base of the statute of court into something totally opposite. Like I said, middle finger to every freaking part of the planet. But anyway, um, usually what you need to do is see through the bullcrap, see through the facade, and throw evidence and proof actions. With me, I don't need to. I'm just gonna hop across the case and backhand bricks. Or who knows? I might just teabag their emotions. Whoever comes first. But usually what you need to do is prep your case, prep your work before going in, prep the argument, prep the proper scenario. It is illegal to represent somewhere else as a attorney. I think it was blue collar or racketeering. It was one of those. You cannot represent yourself as an attorney. Represent someone else and you claim to be an attorney, that's illegal. It's like claiming to be a police officer and stuff like that. And when you represent yourself in court as pro se, you can represent yourself in court and talk legally, but you cannot say you are an attorney. Paralegal, maybe. Attorney, no. Um, as an attorney, you cannot know your client history, background, rumors, and stuff like that. And as attorney or defendant, and as you personally, you cannot know your background or them. Either way it goes. Review the evidence, the allegations, and stuff, depending on what side you're on. Take for me example, Jiva Pipeline have not been doing the snow like they say they would. Mostly because I'm doing it, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do this bull crap. No, I'm not hearing that. Same thing with moving company, DCI, and everything else. I'm not hearing either. Honestly, I can build a whole planet by myself or entire existence. Which one come first? Anyway, um, get the stack of evidence and allegations. Check it again, and check it again, and check it again. Make sure you keep multiple copies for yourself. Send out multiple copies to wherever you want to send, and send more copies up, and then send those in. Due to the fact that certain cases, certain like there's small court, there's large court, there's federal court, there's Supreme Court, there's district courts, there's superior court, there's U.S. courts, there's international court, etc., etc., etc. And most of the time, out of those, you have to turn evidence in. I know, right? But that's that. What that is. Um, Usually, people when you go around and start asking, from my experience, actually being in court and stuff. Um, Honestly, not people know not me to put on Jordan. He's guilty, middle finger. You're not supposed to sit in court, middle finger. You caught me on a bad day. I don't care. And stuff like that. He's not getting a middle finger, bad day. And then freaking me going to court myself once or twice, three times. Three times. Yes, I teabag their emotions every single time. There's that one time they try to screw me over. Nope. Prick. I know you talk about. Anyway, um, then there's as attorney asking questions. There's opinions and facts, and there's hypothetical questions. Usually, when someone starts throwing out a huge amount of hypothetical questions, they're trying to lead you into a direction that contradict yourself or contradict the statute itself. But an opinion, when they start leading more opinions and facts and start leading a bunch of hypothetical questions, they are trying to tire the witness, tire the plaintiff, tire the defendant, tire the jury, or tire the judge out and keep it going like 12 hours, 36 hours, 40 hours, a week, years, centuries. Who knows? That's a tactic as a judge who should see through, or if someone do that tactic towards you, you should see through the bull crap. That's basically being a court is like it's been just anywhere in life. Usually you don't need to do a full freaking circle to go all the way around just to get someone. Usually can go straight to it. The only time people need to do all this is when they avoiding that topic just to get a win. Most of the time, it's basically what it is. Um, there's no need to do all that, which means if that's the case, you can file a motion, file a dismiss, or not dismiss, file a form of objection with the statute on it, and that way you can stop the questioning from going in. See, I want remember to come back with that. Good job. Um, there's not much things to say. Basically, you need to know the statute before you go and cut the legality behind the stuff in court, the loopholes, and not what. I know about the moving company background, like I said, middle finger. I know about GCI background, middle finger. I know about the Steel Alaska background, middle finger. It's like standing in freaking Texas and Mississippi or Florida, New York, middle finger. Um, Jiva Pipeline Mill. I worked here multiple times, so I know. That's my situation. But as an example towards you, there are cases that situation where y'all cannot do anything about it. That's when you need to start calling that hard facts, start calling that statute legality and stuff. And some people, their laws have change itself over time, where it contradicts the basic law, and then contradict that law, and then the law after that contradict that law, then the law after that contradict that law, the law after that contradict that. It's just this is a cycle powder. No matter what, you can be in the right or wrong. If you're in the right, you can still lose. And if you're in the wrong, you can still win. And if you're wrong, you can still win. And the right person right still lose. So it doesn't matter anyway. End of the day, going to court is having the best silver tongue. Uh, as an attorney once told me, because I was thinking about doing class, and they said having the best mouth tend to be the best way to win. I'm like, yeah, I'm suck at brown nosing, so that's not gonna happen. Good stuff. Anyway, usually need to do your research. There are people that have a huge amount of evidence against using stuff. That's where it becomes know yourself and know the opposition as the people who are doing it, and then as the attorney, know your clients for both. It's never good to know who the judge is for your case. It is never good to know who the judge for your case is. It is never a good sign. If your opposition know the judge, that is a dead giveaway. You can do a formal request to change the jury out for another one and another one, just in case the jury might know the opposition, due to the fact that although case that does happen, and the there are some juries that just don't care. This means you can change them out. That's what happened in my situation. I can't even be on a freaking jury system anymore. There's the situation where if you as a jury by force, the jury can force you into opposition. Don't force you into opposition. This is your conscience, people. Um, don't. They will be there with me for the next 82 hours. I mean, pick a choice. You can agree with me, or we be here for the next 82 hours. But anyway, that's as a jury. But as a plaintiff or defendant, knowing the you're not even gonna know who the judge. You're not supposed to. That's wise. You're not supposed to know who the judge is. Okay? You're supposed to come in and surprise the judge. Correct. Now, if you can also remove the judge and get a new judge as well, especially if the judge has some form of personal grudge against either side, or the judge decision making isn't on par with what you believe, but you had to call that you do a lot of proof and stuff about it. That's in the higher system of it. It's pretty hard. Right now, what the people are doing is trying to tire me out, which is not going to tire out. I'm pretty stubborn. I got the next billion years. Either come direct me and get some middle finger to deletion, or don't come in and catch the deletion. It'll be either way. There's no in between. Brainwash have no effects on me. But back to your situations. As a form of legality, the huffing, puffing, the chest dumping, the blah, 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 that's usually a tactic just to tire you out, to contradict you. Mainly is to destroy either the witness, the plaintiff defendant, or the opposition attorney. Which is why in those cases, some court cases last for years, years and years and years and years. Only time the court cases last for years is when A, the judge is stupid, or B, when the jury is stupid, and then there's C, when someone along the line is trolling the crap out of you. Poorly. That's the only time they can do it. That's usually to build up a stack of cases just to find out. It did not take the Declaration of Independence over 6 years to build the Declaration of Independence. No, it took about less than 6 months, actually 3 months. The Constitution, not even that long. All those amendments, not even that long. Next thing you know, you can't even go to courts. Wow, going to court for years. Like GCI has been getting sued from people from other states for a while now. I noticed that. I knew it before I came back up here. And then I just remember a court case with GCI had. They've been at court with them for 2 or 3 years now. And it's right there in the paper. They both said it. GCI admitted, but they still have not lost yet. Which is funny because usually you can bypass going to the court in the state and go to court out of state. Or for me, I'm taking stuff to Supreme Court. I don't want to hear the bull crap. It's the same thing with my moving company that I paid to get Yelp here. Like the moving company has every moving company I've seen so far have a bad reputation, but these people, Oh. And then after that is the freaking pipeline over here with that bull crap. Like one will combo me. Obviously, they don't know. And that's me. When someone walk up with me, I usually one hit all. When I say I usually, I mean I throw the rest of them. But anyway, and then the freaking house, pricks, police. I mean, there's a list. It's like staying in KK City or Gang City. I mean, really, or Mafia, Yakuza, whatever. Usually, the only way to win those is to prove them unbelievable on that, and you can still lose, which means you just need to point the middle finger. Like, usually in those situations, not much to do about it. Uh, so the lesson here is there's no need. Anyone who postpone your time over time usually cannot win. They can't win. They're just throwing out like 50 billion words. Like I said, being attorney is having a silver tongue or gold tongue, whatever you want to call it. And they can say statute 77.88 article 19, which is freedom of speech, and then someone said statute of 99.88 freedom of unalienable rights and stuff, and they start bullcrap counting each other. No, people, saying the N word is not a freedom of speech, especially just walk up out of nowhere and people say it. Like someone walk up and call me boy, I just laughed and say, "You can't sue this freedom of speech." I mean, freedom of the press. Hey, man, I can turn you to origami if you want. Freedom of expressions, you know. Anyway, there was a court case about that a while ago, and it's already been stated. Like in the South, they say you can't say the N word. Period. It's illegal, but people still say it. And in freaking New York, you can't sag your pants. People still do it. And California, your hair can only be a certain colors when walking to a building. I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was funny. That was funny. Um, was it? This was in a rich neighborhood too, or like freaking housing association neighborhood stuff. That bull crap should not exist. Yeah, but we're not gonna get into this discussion. This is a fact, but whatever. It shouldn't exist on a level of much control in a way. But as in legality, there's no need talking. Just consider this a street fight. There are people who need other people to survive. There are people who don't need people to survive, and there are people who are just plain leeches. And then there are people who do it with motivation from others. There are people who don't do it, and there are people who don't do it but will do it with motivation from others. And then there's my class. We never even get into that. And then there's et cetera, et cetera. In terms of legality, it does not much to go through the process. Usually, in my situation right now, they're trying to get me to do something legal. Maybe they have done already. I can't really be concerned about it because I know I don't slip a banana. And if I did, it most likely could bait people out. Anyway, back to the situation at hand. Huff puffing and chest up and bullcrap like that. Just don't even worry about it. Anyway, bye.